Well, hello and welcome to today's show. It's a little bit of a special. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Part one is a ghost story, and I'll leave it up to you to decide whether or not I have a haint, if I have a ghost, or geist if you prefer, and we'll just get on with that. And afterwards I got two lighting products I'd just like to share with you because I think they were pretty neat. I haven't really been shopping for lighting much lately, but I had a little bit of work, and so I have, and I've got two products I'd like to share with you, give you some ideas. They're very economical, and I think they do a good job, great value for what you get. So let's first take care of this. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. I have a story and a little bit of an ask of you. I also run a parallel channel on Rumble because of the story. I've had a YouTube channel for well over 10 years. It started out just for me and for friends, and it kind of grew. People liked the content, and very organically it grew. Never advertised or whatever. I got what I call a nastygram email from YouTube saying, if you don't advertise on your videos, we reserve the right to advertise on them. So I applied to their program. I went a full year and it timed out. They never would have approved my channel, even though it met all the requirements. I've gone back. I'm in my second year. They don't do it. I had lots of views and things going up until the point my knees went bad and I couldn't get around, and I did a series on ATF items, silencer, suppressors, and ARs and etching and things like that. And all of a sudden I have fallen off the face of the earth. So if you will please consider helping someone else, you can let your voice be heard if you'll subscribe and hit the notification bell. If we get more activity coming back on this way, maybe somebody will notice. Maybe it'll help. I appreciate your time. I apologize for interrupting this video. Well, now I got that done, let me tell you a story. This goes back a couple years. Most houses and apartment type places will have a laundry facility. I have a laundry room, and mine worked pretty good. But I live in a house, and this was after the nest was empty and big troubles were gone, and all I had was just me living in the house. In fact, above the laundry room, there is an unoccupied space. It's semi-finished, floor and everything. You use it for storage room, attic type space. But there's nothing up there. There's no motors running. There's nothing shaking. I had no laundry going, so the dryer and the washing machine's not going. Simple, quiet day. No, again, just me in the house. No, not even a dog running around up there. So there's nothing up there. And all of a sudden I hear, well, in a very peaceful, restful situation, just this awful sound of a glass breaking and a gunshot type thing. Sounded just like a shotgun if you ever shot trap or something like that. It's a deeper sound, not quite like a pistol or small bore or something like that. And glass breaking, so it sounded like somebody would just inside the house, just shot a shotgun, blew it out of the window. So I get up and look around trying to find where the noise came from. And I go into the laundry room and I find glass all over the floor. This is a true story. Glass all over the floor. Well, I had one of these bad boys, something similar. This is actually a single light version, but you've seen these before. They're in all kind of old houses. They're made for incandescence. That's why we have the insulation on this side and a little depth here on the metal part. But it's a glass bulb in there, Edison base E26 or whatever they are type thing. And they're held on by 3 little screws. Most of these things are 3 little screws here and here. So hadn't changed the light bulb in forever. Nobody living in the house. Nothing going on, nothing but me. Not even a load of laundry going. And I think it was a double bulb. May have been a 3 bulb version in there, whatever it was. It's been gone for years. But that glass had just turned loose for no apparent reason whatsoever and fallen down. Hit, I guess, the very center of the bowl, which helped make it make that much noise, and it just shattered all over everywhere. So there we go. Well, where's the geist you mentioned, Mr. Dell? Where's my interesting part of this story? So I went to town, and I'm just absolutely parsimonious enough. I went to actually look for just the glass to see if I could replace it. As it turns out, I couldn't. They were more expensive, just need to buy a new fixture. So I bought a fixture that looks like this, one of these just cheap LED jobs. And here's the point. I think I'm out of focus anyway, but here's the point. I put this up, and it's very light. If you've ever put a light fixture up, normally a ceiling fan has an extra hot wire, but just a regular on-off light type thing has 2 wires. A white is neutral and the black for the hot wire and the ground. So not much to put one of these up. So I put them up, and it wasn't too long after that, the plastic on this light fixture, it falls down and breaks. You don't believe me? Look here. See if I can get this in there without messing up the autofocus. You see that? Now this little lens, or what do you want to call it, light cover, is about as thick as a milk jug, maybe a little bit more brittle. And I don't know how it fell off, because if you look on the back, we've got these little toggles, and when you put it in, for it to come loose, you got to turn it way up to the other side, and there's no way in the world that it was left like that. How did it fall off? And by the way, the plastic toggles, these locks, were in the correct position. It just fell down and broke. So maybe we are hainted in the holla down here. So anyway, that's my little interest story. Let me put that to the side over here. I have replaced a few light fixtures. Like when I got this in the room itself, I actually had two of these. I had a fluorescent tube, double tube in the back, and anyway, after it had been converted to LED, and the power supply kept blowing, so they're getting where it's getting harder and harder to find the fluorescent tube. So I just replaced it with another one of those little square light fixtures. The problem was, I guess I didn't remember exactly where I bought it from, because they all look alike, and I bought one at a different store or a different brand, and so it was a little bit yellow. Wasn't quite as same color or white, or maybe the first one was just a little more white, however you want to look at it. And they didn't match. They'd been up for a goodly bit until I decided to rehab the flooring. I had a floor problem, so I fixed that. And of course, you start at top, and if you got to change some flooring out, of course, you paint every room and change the light fixture and all that to go with it, just to make it up. But I came across this first one, and I'll show you a picture of it, a little bit of video in it a little bit later on. But what I like about this is, I'll hold it up so the brand, I'm not doing a commercial or paid promotion or anything like that, but this is the brand. This is bought at a Home Depot, and these were the first ones I'd seen like this. You can actually set the color that the fixture puts out, and you can just set it by a simple switch. I think we got a picture of it somewhere, and it hangs off the wire. It's really easy to hold, to put together. It's got a little bar. You just take the old light off and put the two screws, hold that bar on, and you can hook it while you wire it. And it's actually got a little bit of plug-in of a harness. And the back side shows you a nice little picture of the color spectrum right here. And it talks about this being 5K on the side, but 5K is actually white. 65K is a little bluish, so that's pretty nice. But you kind of get your choice of what color you want the light fixture to do. This is brushed nickel. Anyway, 2-pack of these. They put out quite. Let me see if I can get my hand out of the way for the lumens. Where are my lumens? This is 11-inch, and the lumens are down here. Hold it straight the other way, and the lumens are about 1100 lumens, something like that. Is that right? 1170. So it's a pretty bright light. I get a box of two. I get a box of these, 2 for like $70. I talk about that in the video, and pretty good light. Now I've got another one here that I use. I put up a picture for you, but I use this. They're actually very versatile. They're little. I think this was 7-inch. I had to go back to the store and get a box because my other boxes are gone. They actually have an adapter inside so that you can actually screw it into one of these old Edison-based light fixtures that was a bulb version and convert it to this little light panel. It just replaces the trim ring, and these are about $20, and you can also change the color there. Now, well, that's kind of important is I've got several lights on the porches. My under porch light, front and back porch, have can lights and have bulbs in there, and the little dirt daubers get up in that spot. So I was thinking, it's pretty cool for like $20 a piece. I can take the little trim rings down, take the bulbs out, knock the dirt daubers out, obviously, and put it in there. But they also work in closets in small spaces as well, because the brightness of them, they're not super bright, but they're good for an outdoor light, and you can put them on yellow so that you don't have the bug attraction that you get with a white light or a bluish light. So that's a benefit of another one of these color changing type thing. They're pretty cheap. Again, the double set was about $70. That they work enough to light a room up with, and then we have these little 7-inch jobs that can go under any of the places where you had maybe an old light bulb screw-in job and you're tired of buying little LED bulbs. You can actually put these on there, and it's a smooth, flat surface, so it looks pretty good. And you can put them on a regular light box too, so you don't actually have to have the screw-in adapter on there. And a can light, it will work just on any standard octagon box that you have in the ceiling. So I hope that's of value to you, and we appreciate you watching. And please do the subscribe and like stuff on this and notification bell. It helps a lot. Thank you very much.